there is no defendant in the. I'm the defendant in the case. Am I the defendant in the case? There's no victim. There's no victim to my crime. Correct.
You have drug charges: possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and driving while suspended are your 3 charges.
Yeah, but no victim. Correct.
All right, folks, buckle up, because this might be one of the most baffling sovereign citizen cases I've ever come across. This guy's in a legal mess, but here's the kicker. He doesn't even realize he's the one on trial. Yep, you heard that right. He walks into court completely unaware that he's the defendant. At this point, I don't know if he's just incredibly misinformed or if there's something deeper going on, so I'll try to keep it respectful. But let's be real. If ignorance of the law was a sport, this guy would be an Olympic champion. Now, I want to hear from you, on a scale from 1 to 10, just how lost do you think he is? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll share my rating at the end, but here's a spoiler. It's way off the charts. Let's dive into this madness.
Good afternoon. Your name, sir?
David Walker.
Your Honor, it looks like he has 2 files.
I see that. All right, we'll next take up 2 cases, both entitled State of Kansas versus David Wayne Walker, 22 CR 398 and 22 CR 508. All right, we'll first take up 22 CR 508. This is my case. Mr. Walker, you failed to appear in front of me on July 17th for your preliminary hearing control docket. Where were you that day?
Safe for sure, sir.
Okay, well, I issued a bench warrant bond forfeiture and set a new bond in the amount of $10,000 cash or surety. Are you still representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
You want to continue representing yourself?
Look at me. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the paper. Yes, sir. Don't have any money to.
Pardon?
Yes, I guess I'll represent myself.
Okay. You understand that if you can't afford to hire an attorney, one would be appointed for you.
I don't know what he would do for me.
Okay. Well, he could provide you legal advice and perhaps advance any defenses you may have had, but if you want to represent yourself, you have that right. I just want to make sure you understand that if you can't afford an attorney and would like to have one represented you, I would appoint one for you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you wish to continue representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
The docket notes don't reflect if a waiver of counsel was ever signed. Do you have any notes that would reflect that he's waived counsel on the record or otherwise, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, I just note that on December 30th of 2022, defendant stated that he would hire his own counsel, and then he had a failure to appear, and on May 5th, we did not appoint any counsel. I don't show an actual waiver, and the notes don't reflect that he did a waiver on the record. It just says that he would hire his own attorney.
Okay. Well, Mr. Walker, you've indicated here on the record that you wish to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself. So I'm going to have you, if the jail has one, sign a waiver of counsel. Do you have a form?
I believe so.
All right. Can you read through that? Make sure you understand it. If you have any questions, be sure to ask me.
There is no defendant in the. I'm the defendant in the case. Am I the defendant in the case?
Now, do you see why I was questioning this guy's awareness? I'm the last person to make fun of someone with disabilities, but at this point, I have to wonder, how can someone be this clueless? He was offered free legal counsel, turned it down, and now he's about to sign a form acknowledging that he understands the risks of representing himself. And his first question to the judge, wait, am I the defendant? Seriously, can someone explain this to me in the comments? Because I'm struggling to figure out if this is part of the Sovereign Citizen Act or if he's just completely out of his depth. How do you walk into court, while incarcerated no less, and not even realize you're the one on trial? If this is some kind of strategy, it's hands down one of the worst performances I've ever seen. But what do you think? Is he playing dumb, or is this just pure ignorance? Let me know in the comments, and let's jump back in.
There's no victim. There's no victim to my crime, correct? The crime that I'm accused of, there is no victim in the crime.
The state of Kansas, you have drug charges, possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and driving while suspended are your 3 charges.
Yeah, but no victim, correct? No victim in the crime? No victim?
I'm not sure I understand your question and what that has to do with your waiver of counsel.
Well, I'm the defendant. There must be someone making a claim that
The state of Kansas is making the charges against you, Mr. Walker.
The state of Kansas is the victim.
The state of Kansas charged you with these crimes. Do you wish to represent yourself, or do you wish to have an attorney representing you?
I will represent myself.
You've got a waiver of counsel in front of you, correct?
Yes, I suppose so. Why do I need to sign? Why do I need to sign it? Why do I need to sign this?
Because I like to have it documented in the file that you understand that you have a right to have an attorney representing you, and that if you can't afford to hire one would be appointed for you. And you understand that, and knowing those rights, you wish to represent yourself. That just documents that for the court file.
What I don't understand is why there is charges against me when there is no victim.
All right, Mr. Walker, I'm not going to play this game this afternoon. I'm going to set this case
Why are we playing a game?
in front of me on...
I'm asking a question.
This judge really has the patience of a saint, letting this guy get all his important questions. On the record, questions like, am I incarcerated right now? And are you the judge? I mean, seriously, at this point, this guy needs a serious reality check. Now, I have a feeling this sovereign citizen might be playing dumb, or maybe even trying to act unstable on purpose. Think about it. Asking the judge if he's the defendant could be his way of setting up an appeal later. If you don't know, there's actually a legal strategy called ineffective assistance of counsel, where defendants claim they didn't fully understand their rights or the charges against them in an attempt to get a verdict thrown out. So, what do you guys think? Is this guy putting on an act, or is he truly this lost? Honestly, it's hard to tell at this point. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's jump back in.
October.
Trying to understand.
Mr. Walker, your case is being set on October 10th at 2:30 in front of myself, and that will be done by Zoom. That's the felony preliminary hearing control docket. October 10th at 2:30.
Your Honor.
You got a $10,000 cash or surety bond on that case.
Yeah. I was wondering if I would be able to have access to certain legal things to be able to put my case up.
I believe they've got a law library there at the jail. I'm not sure what kind of access they provide to you, but you can consult with somebody there at the jail.
Okay.
All right. I'm now going to take up 22 CR 398. This is Judge Webster's case. Looks like he failed to appear in front of her on July 31st. She set a new bond for $6,000 cash or surety. You've already had a first appearance, so I'm going to set this in front of Judge Webster on October 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning. That will be by Zoom, October 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning. So again, your bond is $6,000 cash or surety. Anything else on this case, Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Your Honor, was the time for court on October 10th for 22 CR 508, was that 2:30?
That's correct.
Just clarifying. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be in recess. Mr. Walker, you are excused. Thank you.
Well, one thing's for sure, this guy won't be walking free anytime soon. Too bad he didn't have a chance to get free legal counsel. Oh, wait, he did. Look, I get that sovereign citizens are deep in their conspiracies, but what I don't get is why they don't at least accept standby counsel. The law is coming for you whether you believe in it or not, so wouldn't it make sense to have someone who knows what they're doing? If these guys truly believed the court had no jurisdiction, they'd be better off just refusing to engage entirely. Honestly, I'd respect that more than the ridiculous scripts they try to run. This guy was literally handed an opportunity for legal help and acted like it was some kind of trap. And now, he doesn't even know the basics of his own case. Part of me feels bad for him. Maybe he's genuinely not all there, but that still doesn't excuse diving headfirst into the sovereign citizen rabbit hole. They always act like they're above the law, but the truth, the law does not care. The court is going to proceed no matter how much they argue. It's honestly kind of sad to watch, even if it is entertaining. If this guy had just a shred of common sense, he could have at least had someone guide him through the system. Instead, he's sitting here asking if he's the defendant. Let that sink in. So what do you guys think? Was this all an act, or does he truly have no idea what's happening? Either way, this case was a complete disaster for him. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.